Hi, my name is Jeanie Francis and I'm founder of Last Wishes Live Your Legacy. I found this book and it's full of information about the customs and traditions that still are celebrated in the UK. And I'd like to read a short passage about the history of soul cakes, because very soon I'll be showing you how to make them. In years gone by, it was a tradition that the poor would go souling and offer up prayers of remembrance for relatives of their wealthier neighbours in return for money or food. Then in more recent years, it was the children who would sing, a soul cake, please good missus, a soul cake, one for Peter, one for Paul, 3 for him who saved us all. And they received a soul cake in return, rather like trick-or-treating nowadays. And it's at this time of year that the veil between the two worlds is at its thinnest, a time when loved ones who've crossed the threshold draw close to us. So in celebration and honour of these special lives, let us bake soul cakes. Right, these are our soul cakes. This is a batch I made earlier. The recipe says that it only makes 12, but I got more than 12 out of these amounts. These are the ingredients. Here I have 375 grams of self-raising flour, which I will sieve. And here, half a teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of nutmeg, and 2 teaspoons of mixed spice. I've got 185 grams of butter, at room temperature preferably, 155 grams of caster sugar, 90 grams of currants, 90 grams of sultanas. I've just got a mixture because it's what I had in the cupboard, 1 beaten egg, and 125 mils of milk. So we start by sifting all the dry ingredients. We'll pop the spices and the salt in with the flour. Pop it through the sieve, get all the lumps out, and then we will add the butter. Which is beautifully soft now. Not runny ever, but it's an ideal consistency. So we rub all this in, which doesn't take many minutes. And then we add the sugar and the fruit. And the beauty of this recipe is you only need 1 bowl. You don't need a rolling pin or a saucepan or any other equipment. Just 1 mixing bowl and obviously some scales to weigh the ingredients in the beginning. So rub in till it's got a nice sort of fine crumbs. Pop the sugar in. The fruit. Mix it around a bit. And then we aim to make a well in the centre, into which we pour our beaten egg and our milk. I'm just going to reserve a little because we don't want the mixture to be too sticky. I'm going to mix it with a knife to start with, drawing the outside crumbs into the middle until it's beginning to stick, the mixture's beginning to stick together. And then there will come a point any minute where I need to put my hands in here just to knead it into suitable shapes. I will just add that last little drop And I've already got a greased tray here in readiness. And we just really need to, I'm going to knead this just for a bit. And I have also got just a little flour handy in case the mixture sticks to my fingers and won't roll into suitable balls. Right, so it's a bit sticky. I wish I hadn't put that last little bit of milk in, but hey ho. And then just that little bit of flour just helps us to roll it into the right shapes. And they can be they don't have to be perfect little balls, they can be just a little bit rugged because it's a nice rustic recipe, this. And it's very spicy. There, so we continue to shape our mixture into little sections like this, and then we pop them in the oven, and they should take about, just keep an eye on them. They overcook quite easily because if you leave them in too long, the currants will begin to sort of go a bit crusty on top and probably burn, but just keep an eye on them. And I think mine cooked for roughly about 30 minutes or something like that, but obviously our ovens vary slightly, so it could be a different timing. I really wonder what children would think if they go trick-and-treating, not that they probably will because of COVID, but if you gave them soul cakes instead of sweets, I wonder whether they'd be really quite pleased or whether they'd be rather disappointed. It'd be a really interesting thing to try out. I might just see what happens. There, I'm in a rather sticky mess here, but I'm sure they're going to taste delicious. So do have a go. There are all sorts of wonderful recipes and things you can make, traditional recipes from days gone by with very simple ingredients, not costing a fortune by any means. And it can be great fun to keep these customs going. So there we are. That's our tray full of soul cakes. I hope you enjoy eating them. I'm sure the children will. They're very, very healthy, much, much healthier than sweeties and chocolate. And I'm sure they'll enjoy making them. And I'm sure they won't get in such a state as I have, such a sticky state. What a mess. Anyway, thank you for watching and enjoy your soul cakes.